When the most is on the floor, we give them room. Big man.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Diaries. Well, this last couple of weeks I was planning on taking a long trip and doing one of my video blogs out on my vacation, and somewhere in the middle of all that I had to change my plans. Where I was going. I was going way out of town. But after checking out the budget, I decided that's probably not the best idea in the world. So, in August, I'm going to be going on my vacation. I'm going to take you guys with me. We're going to go out to Universal Studios Hollywood. And since we're down in that part of town, you never know what else we might do. I'm going to be out there for 4 days. Typically, I'm going to be out there for 3 days. One day I'll be driving home. I'm going to drive out. I'll be out there, probably get out there sometime around 6 in the evening, do some things, and the next day we'll be going to Universal Studios, and then the day after that we may go back to Universal Studios, we may do something else, I don't know. But that's what's going to be happening. That's in August. So we will have a big episode sometime after August 13th is when I'm coming back. However, this is only June, and since we're only in June, I think we should worry more about, or shouldn't worry about anything, we should discuss more about what's going on in June. Today is Friday. I work tonight. Like after 7. Right now it's only about, not even 3 o'clock. We had a delay in Weeblefester 5 in shooting because one of my main cast characters had to have surgery on his feet. So he's been out of condition. It happens when you can be in condition or out of condition. He's out of condition. So he's been unable to work, of course. Hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll be back on schedule with that. And the thing is I got 2 projects that we're doing right now. We're doing 30 Miles and we're doing Weeblefester 5. And the same kid is the main character in both of them. So that kind of just brought everything to a stop. But we're going to get back into that. We got some new props that we have to make for Weeblefester 5. I haven't decided exactly what these creatures are going to be. They're going to be manifestations of the world that the Weeblefester resides in, so they could just be some really weird things. I don't know. And the Adventureland porch is looking fine, but it's out of water, so we have to fill it with water. I'm going to do that. You don't have to help me do that. Anyway, without any further ado, before I do you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for Darkslade Diaries. And you can click the bell button to find out when new stuff's happening. But click the subscribe button. We have had 87, I think it's 87 subscribers for a long time now. It'd be nice to get some new ones. So if you're watching this, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe. And now, without any further ado, let's get going! Alright, you may be wondering why I'm wearing my Sunday glasses inside. It's because I'm about to go outside, and it's really bright out there today. You see, there is a tournament for a couple of my juniors, one at least that I know of, over at the bowling center that I work at, that Let It Roll. And I'm going to go out there and watch them and support them and all like that. But it's really bright out today. It's like the sun moved 73 feet closer to Earth today, and it's really bright out there. So I'm wearing my yellow tinted glasses because that's the only way I can see in the bright, glary sunlight. So we're going to go out there and cheer them on with a gig, hip hooray, and a gabe, Did I really say that? A geeb? That's big backwards. Sometimes you have to just think the other way around. Yeah, okay, enough prattle. Let's go on over there and see what's going down. Now, it's Saturday, so I'd normally be coaching my juniors anyway today. But it's also a Saturday that I have to work. I work tonight. Hope that wasn't too annoying. But, oh, sorry, I went over my head. But the work I have to do tonight is not mechanical stuff. It's filming stuff. I run a photo booth at the bowling center, by a mechanic at normally. I do that on Saturday night. I enjoy it. And then Sunday and Monday is off days. So we're taking the car mystery today. It's been a while since I drove that one. Let's see if it works. Alright. We're in the car mystery. It's been about 2 weeks since I drove this car. Let's see how it goes. It still runs! It still has the radio on loud! And it's out of gas! Hey, coming! So, I guess I better do a few things before I head over to the bowling center, like put gas in the car so I can make it.
Put a window here, put a door where there's a window, different things.
You know, it just never ceases to amaze me how I can walk out here, I can stand out here, and there won't be a single vehicle moving anywhere. And as soon as I pull out, things like a big ass truck with some furniture on the back of it is pulling in behind me. It's crazy. Crazy, I tell you, crazy. Oh, I remember, this car does not have AC, so we have to open this. Oh, nice wide swing, good job. Boy, people cannot drive. I'm a people, but I can drive. Theoretically. Oh, you swung backwards there. I do everything I can to keep this tripod from tipping over, but it just tips over. Anyway, we're on our way. Okay, we're at the tournament, and right now RJ is stuffing his face full of protein and carbohydrates and energy and a bunch of other crud here. Yep. And he's going to have a perfect attitude today, and I'm recording it and posting it on my website so everybody knows. So the tournament's going to start pretty soon, but they had a group out here earlier, and so they're just now oiling the lanes, which they should have done oily this morning. Ah! Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I did that. I said that. I really did. And I've been trying to get a soda from up at the bar, but every time I go up there, she disappears. I think she's doing it on purpose. Anyway, so let's see how this whole shebang goes down. Okay, if this guy will stop talking over the PA system, we'll get started here. But it doesn't sound like he's planning to anytime soon. Right on the money. That's why we practice the corners. Hey! So right now RJ appears to be in the zone. He's hitting his stride, staying nice and consistent. A big game would be nice, but not necessary as long as he can keep, being consistent. So let's see what happens. Oh, come on! Well, actually, I know why he left the pin. Look at that. Right on the money. It is in the zone today. Okay, so tell the viewing audience what your secret is today.
Just try to be as consecutive as I can and try my best to not change up anything, which I've tried my best not to. I've been standing at the second and third dot on the left and shooting for the second arrow on the left. So I've been throwing there almost all day.
Good job. Good job. Awesome. And this is Jason. What is your secret to success? You don't know, do you?
My secret to success here.
See, he walked away. He has no clue what his secret to success is. And he did not leave a 4-7. You want to know what a proud coach looks like? Look right here. My junior, RJ, the only one representing this bowling center. Let me straighten you out a little bit, little crooked. Finished his first JBT. Now, the JBT basically stands for Junior Bowling Tournament, and the JBT tournament is a very big to-do. It's not put on by USBC. It is an independent that does a lot more when it comes to like scholarship money and stuff like that, placement, excuse me, write-ups in the paper. It's a very big to-do, and the best in juniors bowl JBT. Well, little RJ, who I've only started really working with about a year ago, and he was not a bad bowler. Keep in mind, he was a fair bowler, but he was a ball flinger, so his ball would go sailing down. It would be back spinning and all kinds of crazy things like that. Anyway, make a long story longer. Little RJ finished in second place. His first JBT. He was in first place all the way to the last game, and the person he bowled against, I don't know her name, but she was freaking amazing. She shot like no pressure. RJ did not bowl his best game that last game, but he was consistent. He never got upset. He was awesome. In the end of the qualifying games, which is the first 5, he was he bowled 270 pins over his average for all 5 games, and so he was plus 202 pins when they went into the first roll-ups, and so he went into first place, and then he had to wait to bowl against the second place bowler, and he came in second place. As a coach, there is only one other time I have felt as proud of one of my bowlers as I do about him right now, and that was one of my juniors named Tony, who back years ago, I mean, he's in his 20s now, but back years ago, he was the youngest person ever to win a Strike Force tournament, and at the time in Arizona, that was a tough tournament because it was mostly adults, and he was a junior. Sorry about the waving on the screen, but anyway, so today, instead of being there from about 11 o'clock till about 3, which I figured it would be, it's now 6:23. I have to go home, pack up this car, and go right back to where I was and do photos for the rest of the day. Well, until 11. But it's okay, because he was amazing. So we're heading back to the old homestead. I'm going to pack up stuff, and I'm going to plug in the camera for a little bit and get a little bit more of a charge on it, because I use the same camera for doing photos. And then I'm going to head back over there and do the photography stuff. You will not be going with me for that, but there are other things. Oh, the sun just came right through it. Look at that. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. We got other things to deal with, and so let's get to them, shall we? Now, you may have remembered that many episodes ago, I was working on a miniature of an endless hallway. And I had these two mirrors that went on top of each other to go at the end of the hallway so it would reflect back against the mylar, and it would look like it was an endless hallway. Well, two mirrors, of course, put a big line across it. So I decided one day I'm going to get just one piece of glass to fit. So I went and I looked at all these sites where to get glass cut and blah, blah, blah. And it was just... glass cutting, apparently, to some people is like surgery, because they want massive quantities of money. So I decided I'll put that project aside for a while until I get a decent sized piece of glass. Well, I have one, and I've actually had it for... I've actually had it for a while. It's a pretty big piece of glass. Oh, look, it's my camera. How about that? And it's in this hideous frame. So what I did is I bought a glass cutter, the old generic glass cutter, and I need to cut this out of the frame so I can, I mean, I don't even have to cut it out of the frame. So I can use the glass that's back here for this project. You see? Alright, let's get this out of the way. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. Yeah. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. That was the first thing to get out of the way. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about YouTube. It's kind of like two new things that's going on in YouTube. It's really, well, they're not all that new, but they're still annoying. I'm going to tell you what they are. And you've probably seen this. I should probably not wear my YouTube hat while I'm dissing YouTube, but what the jeez. One of them is, they're making these stories now about the life and sad ending of, or the life and tragic ending of. They're doing this for a lot of celebrities that have passed away, so consequently can't come back and say, boy, you wrong. Now listen, this is going to be a little hard for you 20 and 30 or something year olds to comprehend, but here's a fact. Not all actors who have passed away had a sad ending. Some of them had a really awesome ending. And I have seen so many of these, the life and sad endings. Doing a little research, you find out that they're only giving you half the information. They don't give you a sad ending. They give you a sad low point in life, and then they don't continue after that. It's really frustrating, because a lot of us who are my age and younger than me understand that whereas there are actors who have had problems in life, maybe they died of suicide, maybe they were in a car crash, maybe they're in a plane crash. Yes, that's a sad ending. But that is a minority of the amount of famous people who have passed away. They don't all die with a sad ending. And the same group, I'm sure this is the same group that does this, they post this other thing called videos that will ruin your childhood. What a stupid thing to say. Why the heck would I watch a video that would ruin my childhood? When you post, blah, blah, something that will ruin your childhood, not a lot of people are going to say, oh, I got to see that because I want my childhood ruined. Unless your childhood is pretty screwed up already. Now, mine was actually very good. I love my childhood. I'd love to go back and do it again. Most people my age would say that, whether they had a good childhood or not. I would, but I had a good childhood, and they put on these things about, like it'll be a cartoon. Things you can't unsee that will ruin your childhood. Hey, not only can I unsee them, but we already knew they were there. And you're trying to make a point out of it. It's like a conspiracy theory. These parts of this show will ruin your life. Cause you to have boils on your face and your children to start licking wallpaper paste. No, that's not the way it is. If you are a person who watches YouTube and you go to these things to see what's going to ruin my childhood, and it actually does, well, you deserve it for going there in the first place. But I'll tell you what, odds are it's not going to happen. Just like not every celebrity who passed away had a sad or tragic ending. If somebody says this is going to ruin your childhood, then they haven't got a clue about your childhood. The only thing that can ruin your childhood is you. And if somebody says something about, well, the person who did the voice of this on this show was actually a rabbit-eating vampire. Well, dang, what a shame. Doesn't change anything. And it doesn't ruin the childhood. So, again, for you youngsters out there, and by youngsters I mean people who are too young to understand that if you research you find out that it's not what you think. If you're going to keep posting this crap, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure not to watch it. And I know a lot of other people that'll do the same thing. I'm putting this out to you. If somebody puts out something that says this will ruin your childhood, send them a message. Well, fine, I won't watch it. You know, you don't have to watch it. You can just send and put it on the comment down there. And don't like it. Click the like button, they think, oh, people like this, they must be dumb. And they'll keep making them. Anyway, so that's that for today. No offense to YouTube. Because I channel. A thing happened between when I started work on glass and today. Well, not a thing happened. I had some other stuff I had to do, and I lost track of time, and I had to go run out and do some errands, so I didn't get to it. So anyway, I've gotten to it now, and I have 2 pieces of glass now, cut from that large piece. And it cut very nice and easy and simple. However, they're still too big because the unit I'm making, I don't have it, oh there it is. It's only about 8 inches, well it's about 8 inches tall and about 6 inches wide. This, as you can see, oh look, there the girls, is bigger than that. Here's my camera. We're looking to the endless abyss of the camera there. So, I have to cut it down, and basically I have to bring the entire display out, and I have to fix some of it. So I'm not going to get to that on this here video. No, not going to happen. But it should be on the next one. And speaking of the next one is going to come soon because I'm going to end this one. This one took a long time to get out, and I have no excuse for it except I've been doing so much stuff. I have a hard time getting these things out, apparently. And I said I was going to try to get them together, closer together. And I didn't do that, did I? Well, I'm going to still try to do it. But in any case, in August, road trip, going to take you with me. I have it all planned out now, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be weird. Yeah, it can be both. It's a fact. So that will be happening in that'll be happening in August. That'll be fun. Before that happens, I have a film shoot in July. Finally, getting back to project 30 miles, and some other things coming on. And I have to go back out to the Adventureland porch because summer had just sucked the water out of the Adventureland porch. So I gotta refill every. That means the ground beef is thawed out. I have to refill everything, and I need to dust the whole thing. And I'm getting this spray for artificial plants. You spray it on there, you don't have to wipe it off, and it makes it all look, you know, a little more glistening, a little more lifelike. So I'm going to do that. And I have an idea for the Adventureland porch. I'm trying to decide not if I'm going to do it, but how I'm going to do it. And that'll be coming up in the next couple of episodes as well. And I'm looking around to see if there's anything else. Not at the moment. So, until the next time shows up, that's not the way I say it. I say, in the meantime. That's right, in the meantime. You guys have yourselves a great week. End of line.